The coffee receipt. The morning rush at the small corner cafe was louder than usual. Cups clinked, machines hissed, and impatience hung thick in the air. Maya stood in line, counting the coins in her palm, hoping they would be enough for a simple coffee before another long day of job hunting. When it was her turn, she slid the coins onto the counter, her cheeks warming with embarrassment. The cashier counted silently, then looked up gently. "You're short by a little," he said. Maya sighed. "It's okay. I'll just." "It's covered," a voice behind her interrupted. Maya turned to see a man in a worn jacket smiling softly. He held out his card and nodded toward the cashier. "Add it to mine." "Oh, I couldn't," she began. He shook his head. "One day, when you can, do the same for someone else." The receipt printed, and before Maya could say anything more, the man was already stepping aside, disappearing into the crowd. All she was left with was a warm cup of coffee and a sentence echoing in her mind, "Pay it forward." That coffee lasted longer than usual. Not because it was hotter, but because it reminded her she wasn't invisible. Weeks later, Maya finally landed a job. On her first payday, she stopped by the same cafe. The line was long again. Ahead of her, a tired mother fumbled through her purse while her child tugged at her sleeve. "I'm sorry," the mother whispered to the cashier. "I'll just take one." Maya smiled, stepped forward, and placed her card on the counter. "Please," she said, "add theirs to mine." The mother looked up, surprised. "Are you sure?" Maya nodded. "Yes. And someday, when you can, pass it on." As Maya walked out, she felt lighter than she had in months. The kindness hadn't ended when she received it, it had simply changed hands. And somewhere in the city, that kindness would keep moving, one small gesture at a time. The cafe door closed behind Maya with a soft chime, but the moment stayed with her long after the warmth of the coffee faded from her hands. Each morning on her way to work, she passed the same cafe, and each morning she wondered how many stories crossed paths there without ever being told. Life slowly settled into a rhythm. The job was demanding, the hours long, and the pay modest, but for the first time in a while, Maya felt steady. She began noticing things she had once rushed past: the security guard who worked double shifts, the elderly man feeding birds in the park, the cashier who smiled even on the hardest days. One rainy evening, the bus she rode broke down halfway home. Groans filled the air as passengers checked their phones and complained under their breath. Maya spotted a young student sitting near the back, anxiety written clearly on his face. He kept glancing at his watch, muttering about an exam he couldn't miss. Without fully thinking it through, Maya walked up to him. "I'm taking a ride share," she said. "There's space if you want to come along." The relief in his eyes said everything. "I'll pay you back," he insisted. She shook her head, smiling softly. "Just pay it forward." The words felt natural now, like they belonged to her. Days later, Maya found herself on the other side of kindness again. After a long shift, she realized she'd left her wallet at home. Panic tightened her chest as she stood at the grocery counter, items already scanned. Before she could speak, the cashier leaned closer. "It's okay," she whispered. "Someone covered your bill." Maya froze. "Who?" The cashier smiled knowingly. "They said you'd understand." Walking home with groceries in her arms and tears in her eyes, Maya realized something important: kindness didn't always come back from the same person you gave it to. It traveled quietly, weaving through strangers, circling back when you least expected it. That night, she wrote a note and pinned it to her fridge. "You may never see the ripple, but it's there." And the chain continued, unseen, unbroken, and growing stronger with every simple choice to care. Winter arrived quietly, dusting the city in pale mornings and early sunsets. Maya wrapped her scarf tighter as she walked to work, carrying not just routines now, but intention. Kindness had become something she practiced, not grand, not loud, but steady, like breathing. One evening, she noticed a new face outside the office building. A man sat on the steps, hands red from the cold, a cardboard sign resting against his knees. Most people passed without looking. Maya almost did too. Almost. She paused, remembering the cafe, the receipt, the words that had started everything. She returned with a cup of hot soup and a pair of gloves she'd bought on impulse the day before. The man looked up, startled, then smiled, a slow, genuine smile that seemed to warm the air between them. "Why?" he asked, voice rough. Maya hesitated. "Because someone once helped me when I had nothing to offer back." The man nodded, understanding more than she had said. "Then I won't waste it." Weeks passed. The city hurried on, unaware of the invisible threads connecting small moments. Maya forgot about the gloves until one afternoon when she received an unexpected email. A local community center was opening a winter shelter and needed volunteers. The message ended with a simple line. "Someone mentioned your name." At the shelter, Maya recognized the man from the office steps, cleaner now, standing taller, helping serve meals. He caught her eye and smiled. "I told them about you," he said. "About how one small kindness reminded me I still mattered." Maya felt her throat tighten. She had never imagined her actions reaching this far. On the shelter's final night before spring, a young girl approached Maya, clutching a donated coat. "Thank you," she said shyly. "For the coat?" Maya asked. The girl shook her head. "For being kind to my uncle. He says when he's better, he's going to help people too." Maya looked around the room, at volunteers laughing, at warm plates being passed, at hope stitched together from simple acts. The chain had grown bigger than her now. As Maya stepped outside into the soft light of early spring, she realized the truth: paying it forward wasn't about repayment. It was about trust, trust that kindness, once given, would find its way forward, even without your guidance. And somewhere, at that very moment, a stranger was choosing kindness for the first time, because of her.